Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, I will show you how to create an MPT or a multi-purpose token on the XRP Ledger. So we are going to do the necessary imports first. So we import the MPT issuance crate and the MPT issuance crate flag objects XRP.models. Next, we import our wallet object. Next, we import the client from XRP.client. Import JSON RPC client. Then we import the string to hex helper methods, which converts our strings to blockchain understandable hexadecimals. Finally, we import the submit and wait method for submitting and waiting for a response from the blockchain. So we import the string to finally the submit and wait method. Now we are going to build our client and instantiate the client to an instance of the devnet. This is because as of the time of making this video, MPTs are only live on the devnet and not on the testnet. Next, we restore the account for issuing the MPT. We call that account and we call the wallet dot from seed method and pass in the seed. Next, we build the transaction. Call that MPT create. And this is the MPT create. Now, the only compulsory field for creating an MPT is the account field. Every other field is optional, but for the sake of this tutorial, I am going to state all the possible fields that are required, that are needed, or can be specified when creating an MPT. Next, we have the metadata. So we can pass in something like, let us call this, let me see. Let's say the instance of the token in this metadata style is a land. Now, this can be anything as so far as it is 1,024 bytes, hexadecimal bytes to be specific. So for that reason, we are going to call the string to hex method that will convert this string to hexadecimal for us. Next, we have the maximum amount. So the maximum amount is specified as a string integer. So we are going to pass in 10,000. Now you cannot pass in a decimal into this field. It will fail because MPTs can be only issued as whole integers. Now, if you wanted to have the option of passing in a decimal, you will do that by passing the asset scale. So what the asset scale does, it helps create a difference in the orders of magnitude between a standard unit and a fractional unit. So if you have to pass in 5, I think the blockchain will multiply this number by 10 raised to power negative the asset scale, but we are going to use 0 for now. Next, we have the flags. Now, this flags is a list of MPT create flags. As you can see, there is a can clawback flag. What this does, it makes it that the issuer can claw back the multi-purpose token. Next, we have the escrow flag. So this means that the flag can be escrowed. This can lock means the token can be locked either globally or for a particular user. Next, we have the can trade. So just this means you can use the MPT on the XRP DEX or via an AMM pool. Now we have the can transfer. The can transfer makes it such that we can send the MPT from one user to another. Next, we have the require auth. So the require auth helps us. What it does, it serves as a barrier that requires authentication, such a way that the issuer of the MPT must manually approve any holder of the token to be able for them to be able to hold the token. And lastly, we have the transfer fee. Now, according to the blockchain, the valid values for this transfer fee is between 0 and 50,000. This is because the blockchain represents 50,000 as 50%. So it's like if you want to get in something like 20% of any MPT, of any of your MPTs that are transferred, you will pass in 20,000. So let us go with 10,000, which is not a bad number. 10% of all the MPTs of any transfer on this MPT or trade on this MPT. So sure. Now, finally, we are going to wait for a result. Submit and wait. Then we call the submit and wait method. We pass in the transaction, which is the MPT create. Next, we pass in the client, which is the JSON RPC client. And finally, we pass in the wallet that is going to sign the transaction, which is this account here. Sign and submit the transaction, which is this account here. Then we print the response. We do that by saying result, and then we run our code by saying python create mpt.py. So the transaction was successfully submitted to the blockchain and it returned with this response here. Now we can see the modified fields. You can see the MPT metadata, which we passed in as hexadecimal. We can see the issuer, which is the address of this account. We can see the maximum amount. We can see the transfer fee we are charging. So this means the transaction was a success. So thank you and see you in the next one.